You didn't detach. You just froze and called it Stoicism, while your past still lives rent-free in your chest and hijacks every new connection you touch. Stay until the end, or you'll keep mistaking emotional shutdown for strength and wonder why peace never actually shows up. Everyone online is screaming, detach, cut them off, go cold, but no one tells you this. If you detach the wrong way, you don't become free. You just become numb. You stop texting back, but your mind still replays them every night. You block their number, but your body still flinches when you hear a message tone that sounds like theirs. You call it moving on. Your nervous system calls it pretending. Stoicism has been hijacked by people who are not detached. They're just scared. Scared of being hurt again. Scared of caring more. Scared of needing anyone for anything ever again. So they build walls and give those walls beautiful names. Self-respect. Detachment. Standards. But if you look closely, those walls don't let peace in either. They don't let genuine connection in. They don't let life in. Real Stoic detachment is not about feeling less. It's about needing less from what you feel. You still care. You still love. You still show up. You just stop making your entire identity dependent on how someone else behaves. Most men don't need another quote about letting go. They need to admit the truth. They are still emotionally attached to people they no longer speak to, places they no longer live in, and versions of themselves that no longer exist. Ask yourself, who can ruin your entire day with one notification? Whose name, if it popped up on your phone right now, would still make your stomach drop? That's where you're attached. Attachment isn't just missing someone. Attachment is when your mood, your self-worth, and your decisions are still outsourced to them, even in their absence. So what does real detachment look like? It doesn't start with blocking them. It starts with blocking the story you keep telling yourself about them. Stoic detachment says, if I let go, it means I finally chose myself. If I stop clinging, it means I trust that my life has value without them. If I move on, no one wins. I just stop losing myself. The Stoics never preached apathy. Marcus Aurelius loved. Seneca loved. They had families, friendships, grief, heartbreak, but they understood one thing you were never taught. You can love someone deeply, without letting your entire inner world be held hostage by them. Detach doesn't mean, I don't care if you leave. It means, I will be sad if you leave, and I will still be okay. There's a difference between releasing and running. Running is when you block, delete, distract, but secretly hope they chase. Releasing is when you don't need them to chase, apologize, or understand for you to finally live. So let's talk about the 5 fake forms of detachment that are quietly destroying you, and the Stoic replacements that actually set you free. Fake detachment 1. I don't care about anyone. You brag about being heartless, unavailable, dead inside. You call it standards, but you ghost good people before they even get close enough to hurt you. Real detachment. I care, but I choose where I invest. You don't shut your heart off. You become selective with access. Your peace is not a public service. It's an earned privilege. Fake detachment 2. Blocking to create curiosity. You hit block not to move on, but to make them panic, to pull them back, to make them feel your absence. Real detachment. Blocking as self-respect. You don't block to send a message. You block to stop receiving one. It's not a performance. It's a boundary. Fake detachment 3. Over-consuming content instead of changing behavior. You binge videos about letting go. Radical detachment. No contact, but you still check their profile every night before bed. Real detachment. Using knowledge as a mirror, not a drug. If what you're learning doesn't change how you act, you're not educating yourself. You're entertaining your pain. Fake detachment 4. Using work and grind as an escape. You bury yourself in the gym, in the job, in the hustle. But the second it gets quiet, they flood back into your mind. Real detachment. Work as devotion, not distraction. You build not to avoid your feelings, but to honor them. To make sure the version of you that got hurt was not wasted. Fake detachment 5. I'm just stoic now. You quote Epictetus to justify shutting down. You weaponize philosophy to avoid feeling anything at all. Real detachment. Feeling fully, without being ruled. You let grief pass through. You let anger surface without exploding. You let love exist without bargaining away your dignity. So how do you practice this in real life? Step 1. Detach from the outcome. Stop praying for one specific text, one specific apology, one specific reunion scene in your head. You can want resolution, but you cannot build your peace on something you do not control. Step 2. Detach from the what if. What if I stayed? What if they change? What if I never find someone like them again? The Stoic answer is brutal and freeing. You won't find someone like them again. You'll find someone different. And that's the entire point. Step 3. Detach from your old identity. You are not obligated to stay the man you were in that relationship. You are allowed to become someone that version of you would not even recognize. Someone who doesn't beg, doesn't chase, doesn't negotiate his value every time he's afraid of being alone. Step 4. Detach in your body, not just your mind. That means no late-night checking. No, just one more scroll on their page. No drunk reaching out. Your nervous system needs distance to heal. Give it space. Step 5. Detach from bitterness. If your version of detachment is, I hope they suffer forever, you're still tied to them, just on the other side of the rope. Stoic detachment wishes them well, just far away from your life. Not because they deserve peace, but because you do. Here's what happens when you finally detach for real. Not theatrically, not to prove a point, but quietly, in your decisions. Their name stops being a trigger. Their silence stops being a message. Their choices stop feeling like a referendum on your worth. You stop replaying every scene in your head, rewriting the past like you're going to walk back in and deliver the perfect line that fixes everything. You stop arguing with ghosts. Your energy comes back in waves. You realize how tired you've been, how much of your focus went into managing one person's moods, how many dreams were put on pause so you could keep outdated attachments alive. One day you will think about them and feel nothing sharp, just gratitude for the lesson and a quiet awareness of how far you've walked since that version of you. That's detachment, not coldness, not ego. Just finally, being more committed to your own life than to any chapter you had to leave behind. You didn't let go because you stopped caring. You let go because you started choosing yourself. Join the Stoic Cartel. Come back to the fire tomorrow. We'll keep turning every rejection into fuel for the kind of man you're becoming.